Today's the day we realized Self-Friendship Podcast is no more. We are now from my planet to yours. The I stands for intuition. I'm Blizzard Planet. Imagine this. You hopped on the band rocket, and now you're on Planet Butter, a world made of sparkly peanut butter. And Blissi, the disco ball of self-reflection, the queen of Planet Butter, is whirling around in her transforming convertible. Eastern philosophy says no ego. Western philosophy is driven by ego. Planet Butter's philosophy says take responsibility for your ego. On Planet Butter, we take responsibility for our ego and lead with our intuition, what I call Intucentricism. Planet Butter's belief system as a path to form our healthy ego, rooted in our practice of self-friendship, the commitment to embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves. This is from my planet to yours. The I stands for intuition, where we think objectively, critically, and creatively to fuel the growth of your planet. Thanks for joining me in my 55th episode. Some of what I'll be sharing includes my answer to last week's question of the week, 2-for-1 self-friendship article snippets, a note on being told what to do, leveraging deflection, the 4 secrets to life, the 2 types of intuition, reading the signs of the uni, a note for entrepreneurs, why your intuition isn't about you, why our intuition is unrelated to our morals, do I believe in karma, and as always, a brand new question at the end for all of us to self-reflect and self-connect, and email me, myplanettoyours@gmail.com. The I in planet is for intuition. I said that. There is an I in planet. It is not an E. myplanettoyours@gmail.com. My answer to last week's question of the week, which was, what's a situation you can self-reflect and self-connect to recognize whether you're being self-conscious or energetically protective? For me, it's in yoga classes because in many classes, they'll ask everyone to sing a mantra together and I will rarely join. While I deeply appreciate the intention behind singing to become present and merge energies, I believe simply sharing the same space already achieves that. Unless I feel genuinely inclined, I choose not to harmonize beyond that. Personal preference, energetically protective. Now, a 2-for-1 article snippet. Last week, I neglected to do an article snippet. I just forgot. So this week, a 2-for-1. Lucky us. Everything happens for a reason. And sure enough, with this new title, I think this is the reason. So the first snippet is from Self-Friendship article from December 7th, 2024. Intucentricism, your healthy ego. Oh, this is the article where I made a really cool Venn diagram. I was so excited about it, and I obviously continue to be, because it perfectly depicts Planet Butter's belief system of Intucentricism, the development and the expression of our healthy ego. Check it out if you're interested. Here's the snippet. Everything is a lesson. Fairly certain the lesson is always to listen to our intuition. Intucentricism, Planet Butter's belief system, which centers on personal expansion, rooted in self-friendship, the commitment to embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves. Intucentricism prioritizes our intuition and embodies the pursuit of self-control and self-expression, leading to the collective expansion of society. At the root of every lesson is the lesson to listen to our intuition. You may have heard, lessons are repeated until they are learned. I'm saying lessons are repeated until we listen to our intuition. I think when we say lesson learned or anything of a similar caliber as it relates to whatever situation we've experienced is actually our justification for not listening to our intuition in the first place, even if it's also true. Meaning, Even though we learn a particular lesson, this lesson that we learn is essentially a layer of experience on top of the root of our intuition and the necessity to listen to it. It's like each lesson we learn is a new way of saying, listen to your intuition. If our intuition could talk out loud, it would say, do what I say and don't ask questions. As I see it, as Planit Butter sees it, the internalized layers of lessons beyond listening to our intuition creates our ego. On Planit Butter, the ego is seen through two perspectives. One, our capacity to be aware of our consciousness, which is shaped by our emotional and intellectual experiences in the external world. The second perspective of ego on Planit Butter is our emotional and intellectual growth expressed as a result of our awareness of consciousness. I believe holding space for this duality enriches our understanding of the human experience. Duality, oneness. Read or listen to the full article on planetbutter.substack.com, or you can watch my full article on camera read as a Planit Butter Instagram subscriber at Planit Butter. The second article snippet, the second one of the 2-for-1, from December 15th, 2024, titled, Believing is Seeing. Seeing is believing is a limiting belief. Seeing is believing is a lame excuse for those living less consciously. When we watch a magician do a trick, we see the performance and we don't know how they pull it off, but they do. We saw it. It happened. While we don't know how it happens, it still happens. In this case, we see it, and some people still don't believe it, but the trick was successfully executed. The people who don't believe in the trick, who deny, reject, or justify why it doesn't qualify, are the same people who say, I'll believe it when I see it in the first place. Yet, those people did see it. They watched it happen and they still insist it's not magic. Seeing is believing is the excuse for those living less consciously. It's the egocentric way of life, contracted living, self-absorbed, unconscious, and disconnected from others, and comically, themselves. Those who are stuck in their cycles of societal conditioning, who aren't willing or interested in thinking creatively. Blizzard's dictionary. Let's say these people do see it and do believe it because they saw it. So, where's the fun in that? Saying, okay, yeah, cool, I'll confirm that this is now amazing because it already happened. Believing in something after the fact isn't believing in it at all, and it's as boring as you can get. We both know you don't want to be one of those people. And that desire is now your inspiration to practice self-friendship, the commitment to embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves. And in this context, to choose to know that believing is seeing. Read or listen to the full audio article on planetbutter.substack.com/subscribe. planetbutter.substack.com/subscribe. Now a party of one. As a loving reminder, party of one means having fun with oneself, for oneself, as oneself. Anywhere, everywhere, no matter who's there. We become our party of one by consistently practicing self-friendship. Each episode, I share little tidbits from my life that happen thanks to me showing up in the world as my party of one. My friend Christina Hutchinson, hi Christina, host of Voices in Our Heads, co-hosted an episode with her friend Donna Guerrero. Sorry, Donna Guerreros. I'm a voice actor. I can do this. Donna Guerreros. So Donna was doing live tarot readings for the audience, and I called in for mine. And one of the many accurate things, by the way, I've never met Donna, and it was so funny because Christina obviously knows me very well, and Donna was just doing this reading not knowing me. But so Christina knew that Donna was accurate about everything she was saying. So Christina's like freaking out on camera about how accurate Donna was because she knows me, so she knows that it's true versus like obviously a stranger calling in, you know. So that was really funny. And it was so cool. So here's the thing. Donna said during my reading, amongst many of the accurate things, she said, your future self is giving you literally everything you've ever wanted. And she specifically said she sees me in my dream home, and she didn't know why, but she saw a fridge full of snacks. Yes. The accuracy is so outstanding. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Christina. One Planit Butter jet coming up. So excited. It's like, I know it's true, right? Believing is seeing. Nice. But when other people affirm your belief and your magic, especially through something like a tarot reading, it's just like that is so cool. Okay. Now, a note on being told what to do. This is a quote from a blend of Rick Rubin and Matthew McConaughey on Tetragrammaton Rick's podcast, where he was interviewing Matthew McConaughey. They both kind of said this together. Well, Matthew McConaughey said, nobody likes to be told what to do. And then Rick Rubin was like, fuck yeah, nobody likes to be told what to do. That's the secret of the universe. Rule number 1. And obviously that just hit heavy for me because Planit Butter is my embodiment of that truth. To expand on it, nobody likes to be told what to do. Everybody loves to do what they want. And I'm here, Planit Butter is here to encourage you to make that your reality. But we don't often talk about how challenging it actually is to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, where you want. That kind of freedom requires a lot, and I mean a lot, of boundaries. The first core method to activating our self-friendship practice. And the other 2 of the 3 core methods are, so it's boundaries, confidence, alignment. Just in case any of you don't know, new here, welcome, hi. So we perpetually start with inspiration, in this case, that we don't want to be told what to do, which should fuel everything in my, I mean, it fuels everything for me. Definitely don't tell me what to do. I just had like a highlight reel of every problem I've ever caused in childhood from not wanting to be told what to do. My parents are so patient. Well, it wasn't them, actually. It was everybody else that I didn't like being told. They're patient because they had to deal with all the problems I caused or didn't cause. I'm an advocate for myself. Hello? That's why we're here. All right, moving on. So we always start with inspiration. And in this case, the inspiration is, I don't want to be told what to do. And you don't want to either, most likely. Then we self-reflect and self-connect. What are our boundaries in X situation? Then we honor our boundaries, become more confident in doing so, and sustain or reconnect with our alignment because of it. Self-friendship activated. Now, a perspective dance with humans. We could call humans transformers. Our souls transform into human form, and then our entire life is our perpetual transformation, and then we die and transform into something else. So we are transformers. Sounds way more fun, I think. Now, leveraging deflection. While everyone and everything is a mirror, we have the choice to practice deflection. For example, I was leaving the sauna, but decided to stay and stretch. I mentioned out loud to the only other woman in the room how good it felt to stretch in the heat. And then she immediately suggested that I try Bikram yoga. And then we started chit-chatting. And then very quickly, I realized that this woman would not stop complaining, which I hated. So what I did was I used deflection to acknowledge her complaints without feeding into them. That's another example of protecting my energy. And then she started complaining about a certain group of people. And I responded, yep, those people do tend to be very passive aggressive. I'm from New York, so I just take their passive aggression. I translate it into my directness, like, okay, I know what they mean. And then it made for smoother communication when I talk to these types of people. When I explained this to her, it really confused her to the point that she ended the conversation. That's how you do it. We got a pat and a shaka. That's hilarious. Okay. But yeah, so basically just be really positive, don't indulge, and confuse them. And then run away. I have not seen her since. I energetically protected myself. I will never bump into that woman or have to talk to her again because I don't need a complainer near me. Yay. Now, that's 8. The 4 secrets to life. Seriously. Inspiration, fun, intuition, delusion. Remember those always. Inspiration, fun, intuition, delusion. Now, the 2 types of intuition, long-term and short-term. Long-term is sensing something that feels connected and often future-oriented, while short-term is the first thought that enters our mind in the given present moment. Often with our long-term intuition, we need to gauge our patience and trust in our short-term intuition, as well as our personal responsibility to ourselves, to take the necessary action toward fulfilling the path our long-term intuition is revealing to us. It's like a positive self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, reading the signs of the uni. To read the signs is equivalent to observing. To interpret the signs is the equivalent to self-reflecting and self-connecting. The only meaning we need to derive from signs at any point in time. My marble! I have to get it. Excuse me. Guys, the marble's been popping out of the ring a lot recently. And it's crazy because it's like a planet butter earthquake. Okay. So guys, let's read some signs from the universe. So, but not really. The only meaning we need to derive from signs at any point in time is that we are in alignment. That's the observing. When we self-reflect and self-connect about the signs that we see, then it's imperative to ground ourselves in the understanding of the interconnectedness of all things, specifically of all things as it relates to our individual evolution. So we observe a sign, then we self-reflect and self-connect about the connection of the sign to our own best interest, and then we act according to our intuition in response to being affirmed that we are in alignment. So we act in accordance to what excites us. And as per the Planet Butter jet ring of consciousness, intuition, it's a cycle for decision making. So it's intuition, sensations, action, sensations again, and then the cycle repeats. Let me know if you have any questions. myplanettoyours@gmail.com. So fun. I'm obsessed with this new name. It's kind of just been the name the whole time because anytime I say, it was Self Friendship Podcast for sure. And self friendship is still the practice of Planit Butter. It is the way to actualize Intucentricism. However, I've been signing off with saying from my planet to yours. I've been saying the I is for intuition. I'm like, now it's just like, oh, that's because it's the name of the show. Because also I'm like, it's Self-Friendship Podcast. And it's like, oh, it's being friends with yourself. And I'm like, every time, especially more and more recently, I'm like, well, like, yes, yes, but also, and this, So that means we're doing the right thing. From my planet to yours. Okay, now, speaking of which, a note for entrepreneurs. Oh, perfect. When starting a business, we are investing in ourselves to execute it, not the service or product. Yay, us. Now, a note on humbleridence. Humblerident is a Blizzard's dictionary term. It's an adjective which I define as someone who is equal parts modest, self-aware, and confident. I came up with this because I think it's best if we all own our sense of importance. During my childhood, there was an adult in my life who would respond to me acknowledging my own sense of self-importance by saying, let other people tell you that. Huh? And I would relentlessly express, it's actually better if I know that I'm important first. As a child, self-friendship is in my blood. Now, I am a business owner. I put that in quotes because I playfully, ridiculously, siliously, another Blizzard's dictionary term, say that to myself in a funny voice anytime I'm doing anything that is less easily defined as fun, like legal work. So I say, I am a business owner. And yesterday actually, I was playing attorney. So I instantly giggle, which makes it instantly more fun. And remember, fun is our stabilizer in self-friendship. So you make the boring stuff fun, you got a recipe for happiness. Yay. Now, why your intuition isn't about you. Listening to our intuition isn't about us. It's always in our own best interest, but it's always in everyone's best interest. Oneness. It's the butterfly effect. We do every little thing our intuition says, and those little things influence everything else. Like sometimes when I always give the example, you're walking down the street, you were going to turn left, and something's like, go right. So you go right. Nothing crazy needs to happen when you make that right turn for it to be in your best interest and the world's best interest. Just the fact that you listen to your intuition is in the best interest of all. So there doesn't need to be some big, grand, obvious, oh, that's why this happened. Like, because everything is interconnected, we're basically never going to know what the real why. Sometimes it's like, oh, this makes sense. And it does start to make sense. Certain pieces of the puzzle, you're like the podcast title becoming From My Planet to Yours. I'm like, oh my God, that's been there all along. Of course that's it. But it's like the moment of the click. It's just, that's the moment of the click. But it's not how, it's not why, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just in the best interest of Planit Butter and you, which is how it's going to keep going and growing. Such is life, such is your life, such is your world. You see? And now following that, our intuition isn't guiding us to listen to our moral compass. I love this one because our morals are determined by our upbringing, our conditioning, our hypnosis, as I call it. Honestly, in order to wholeheartedly listen to our intuition, our moral compass needs some room for ambiguity, to be honest. Our intuition guides us in the tiniest of moments to the largest, as we were just saying. It's a step-by-step guide to our existence and decisions. Now, do I believe in karma? One of you lovely listeners asked me if I believe in karma. So I let him know. I will tell you on this week's episode. So here we are. Side note, If anybody wants to ask me anything that they want to hear me answer, please email me. I would love to think about it and answer it. myplanettoyours@gmail.com. So, through the lens of Planit Butter's belief system, Intucentricism, which is the healthy ego developed through the practice of self-friendship, which is the commitment to embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves, I think karma is actually positioned as good or bad. And I don't believe in karma in that way. I think we can perspective dance karma to be understood as in alignment or out of alignment. What people might commonly perceive as bad karma is just the universe nudging us into alignment, while what people commonly see as good karma is being in alignment. Alignment through Planit Butter's lens is when we are embodying our role in the ever expansive universe. So that's my answer to do I believe in karma? Hope you liked it. Now, the question of the week. Self-reflect, self-connect, a time when someone mirrored a trait you didn't resonate with. How did you leverage deflection to stay true to yourself and strengthen your self-friendship practice? Email me your answers, myplanettoyours@gmail.com. And bonus from My Planet to Yours episodes featuring yours. Each selected submission will be its own episode where I'll be giving my perspective dancing and opinions through the lens of self-friendship. This is, of course, not a substitute for professional support. Bonus episodes are available now once per month exclusively for founding members of Planit Butter's publication hosted on Substack. planetbutter.substack.com/subscribe. The link is also in the show notes or the link in my Instagram bio @PlanitButter. And the children's edition of Planit Butter's book, Party of One, Self-Friendship in Action, is available internationally on planetbutter.com and international online retailers. Please subscribe and review the show wherever you're watching or listening. I love to hear your thoughts. I'll see you next Thursday. Thanks for landing on Planit Butter. From my planet to yours, Blizzard.